Well. What's up, everybody? Welcome back on the Go Chicago Sports with your boy Mike B and Big O. And today, I could have been playing Call of Duty Warzone. Just dropped today. I've been thirsty to play it, but I was like, no. I'm gonna put that to the side. I'm gonna watch my Bulls get right against the Pelicans. Boy, oh boy, was that not the case. The Bulls come out flat in another loss to the Pelicans, 124 to 110. To me, the only bright spot came in to that second half where Zach Levine, that second unit, came out and they really played some good basketball. Then once that kind of phased out, the Bulls really pretty much lost this game. What was your thoughts about this Bulls loss?
Man, it's tough, man. We 15 games in. This was what the third loss in a row. They lost three straight.
Yeah,
Um, the most part just not being competitive. You know what I mean? It's like, everybody healthy except Lonzo at this point. Y'all should be able
yeah.
to
And
go out
Kobe.
and handle and Kobe. But even without those two, you got your main cog of guys. You should be able to go out there and handle business.
Yeah,
Pelicans
yeah,
play without Zion. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And it's like I see a lot of Bulls fans just, you know, keep riding that excuse. We need Lonzo. We need Lonzo. No, granted, yeah, I would love to have Lonzo back, but this is not a Lonzo problem. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You down 20, 25 points without Lonzo. You just there's still a lot of talent on this roster, and it makes me question Billy Donovan. Along with the players. I'm not going to put it 100% on the players, but it's like what's going on that we don't know. You know what I mean? It's a disconnect somewhere. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It just seemed like it. Like not to say these guys not trying, but it's like they look predictable. It's like everybody we play, they getting the best shots on us. They getting the corner threes. They always having their best 3-point night on
yeah,
us. And on the flip
yeah,
side, they getting their hands in the passing lanes, deflecting the balls, getting steals, always in the right position, know when to double DeMar, know when not to. It's like, it gets frustrating as a fan watching these guys, knowing that they have all this talent and not even compete. It seems
yeah.
like.
Yeah, the Pelicans came out and shot 51% from the three, 17 from 33. Brandon Ingram had another off game against the Bulls. But this time he ain't come strong in the fourth quarter. 4 for 15, 16 points. I think Patrick Williams did a tremendous job on Brandon Ingram the whole game guarding him. Valanciunas chipped in with 22 points. He pretty much baby Vooch. Like you would have thought that he was the better player watching him go at Vooch and then Billy Donovan kind of put Derrick Jones Jr. in for a kind of small ball, but that shit did not go the right way. Like they took advantage of that. CJ McCullough had a nice shooting night, 8 from 16, 23 points. But to me, the MVP on this Pelican team was Trey Murphy. Like Trey Murphy had himself a game against this Bulls defense, knocked down five threes. At no point in time did the Bulls think to guard him up. They left him open to continue hit these threes. Like you said, the Bulls 3 point the defense has been horrible, like just really horrible. Like,
Yeah.
and I get it, you want to double team at some point in time, at times, but sometimes Patrick Williams was doing a good job on BI, so there was no need for you to go help Patrick Williams on BI because I feel like Patrick Williams done a good job and too many times you've seen five guys attack one little guy who's trying to penetrate to the rim where they kick out and now you got another three. So just a lot of shit the Bulls just done wrong this whole game. So they deserve to lose this game. I agree with you. I don't know what's going on, but it's something. Uh the players get the blame as far as Billy Donovan because I want to say 2 nights ago they came out and lost to the Nuggets and said that they're gonna do better, and to come out and play like this is just like we tired of hearing the same thing from these guys, man. I'm tired. I know I'm tired.
Oh
We
yeah,
heard,
I'm right with you. And when you speak of Trey Murphy, this is a guy they played the Memphis Grizzlies last night. They had to deal with Ja Morant just
yeah,
last night. You know what I mean? And Trey Murphy started last night in place of Zion, hit 3 threes, 13 points. So this kid can play. And if you the Bulls, of course you traveling to New Orleans, getting prepared for today's game. You see what these guys are doing. Obviously, I mean, I would like to guess that you guys was watching the game, seeing that Trey Murphy lighting these guys up,
yeah,
knowing. I mean, not that you didn't play the Pelicans a couple nights ago, but still, you know what I mean, just to have on your scouting report, knowing what these guys are capable of. And for me, to me, like the underlying feeling I'm getting with the Bulls is these guys walk into these games thinking that teams are just going to lay down. Like,
yeah,
oh yeah, we
yeah.
here, we here. You know what I mean? Lazy passes, hit Caruso, hit Demar. They not playing like they not. To me, it's like they not respecting their opponents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Because
and it's like they playing. We like we know Lonzo coming back, so once he come back, we gonna turn up. So let's just breeze through her once he. Which it shouldn't be like that. You should want to come out here and prove everybody wrong. That says that them little 40 games y'all played the first half was a fluke. So y'all want to come out here and show these teams that we still a top team in the Eastern Conference, but they
yeah,
just not doing it.
it's no killer instinct in
Yeah,
as a group. You know what I'm saying? Not
yeah.
to say because I know we got some dogs, we got Javante, we got some dogs on this team, but as a unit, they not
But
playing like a dog. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
the
It's
dogs on it.
like
The dogs on this team are guys that can't really go at you on the offensive end. They just like they get their points
yeah,
off, back door or just energy guys.
transition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they not dogs like take you on one. And I think that's hurt us. But this team just overall just soft to me. Like it's soft.
yeah,
There's no like guy that
yeah,
can really get
yeah,
guys going. Like if you see your three best players and Zach, DeMar, and Vooch, every time they think that they got fouled, they arguing with the ref. Which now they thinking about the last play on the next play, and now you seeing your best players do that, and just like they constantly doing that, and it's just like, dog, you
yeah,
can't. We know at the in the third quarter, what kind of games the ref is calling. So just move on. No need to argue with them and potentially get a tag or get out of your game. Just continue to do you, and
yeah.
So man,
Back in my high school days when I felt like I got a missed calls or a call, didn't call a call, I felt that there was a call, particularly fouls or whatever. You know, I never really was the one to argue with the ref. Granted, I would, that emotion would come out like foul, foul, foul. But what it would always do is make me run back to the other end and take the ball back. Either I'm
yeah,
beating
like
somebody's shot to the third
yeah,
row, you know what I mean? Or I'm taking somebody cookies because the ref just missed the foul, and that
yeah.
was my 2 points. You know what I mean? It always made me play hard. The fact that I got mad that they missed the call, I turned it into the next play. Like
Now
I
you
made
playing
that next
physical. Now you being
exactly. It made me
physical.
more aggressive to play to
Yeah.
get that ball back. And I don't understand when we see these guys do that. It's like this is what should make you play hard. You know what I mean? Outside of maybe Patrick Williams, the rest of y'all are really like, and Ayo Dosunmu, the rest of y'all like minus defenders. None of the rest of y'all not really good defenders. I heard
Yeah.
Stacey King said it. He said, "Hey, Patrick Williams got to go out everybody. He go out
He,
Ingram. Then he had to go out CJ McCollum. Like, what y'all need to step up and play some defense.
yeah, for
And
real.
guys need to be responsible. Like, I understand, DeMar, Zach, these guys are certified scorers. This is what they, but it's like, how bad do you know what I mean? Because clearly what you guys doing is not working. So you have to buy in to doing what the team need, not what you want to do. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, like I said, the only time that they really look good is when you got Zach, Dragic, Caruso. I want to say Drummond and I want to say Derrick Jones Jr. was in that lineup. That's the only time they
yeah,
looked good because guys was coming to the basket, they was moving, the
yeah,
ball was moving, and they looked real good. They really took a 5 point lead. But we got a comment from Tom. He
yeah.
said they just horrible. Zach LaVine is not worth 200 million. I said it from the beginning, and people clown me as some H.
See,
But
the thing is with that unit, that particular unit you just said, that unit actually does function well for the most part because they Billy has went to that unit a few times before and they didn't got us back in games a couple times. But the thing is with that unit is one score and a bunch of energy guys. So that's why it works. But that starting unit is not built on that. There's no energy guys in that first unit. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Everybody's sitting around, Boot's
standard.
lounging
Yeah,
at the three.
yeah,
The Rose is sitting there. He waiting on the ball to come to him. Zach waiting on the
yeah,
ball to come to him. Patrick waiting on the ball to come to him. Nobody's going to make a play.
yeah. Like if the ball in Demar hand, they stand around watching it. It's like it's Demar's turn. Then the next play it's Zach's turn. Then
Turn
when Bush got the ball, everybody just nobody really cutting. And then
exactly,
once you get Caruso on
exactly.
those guys in, those guys know that they're not great one-on-one players, so they gonna cut to the basket, make the extra pass to try to get a
Yes,
bucket.
yes,
But going back to Tommy point, I kind of do think Zach was deserving of a max contract. He was going to get the money regardless, I believe, because that it's a good look for Chicago. You didn't want to come in and not pay your best player, even if we all think he not really deserving of that max contract.
It
He's
was
gonna
it
get
was
the
about
money.
politics as well.
Yeah,
It's
it
about
was.
politics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably the number one thing is like securing him up, even if he don't stay for the next 2 to 3 years, it's just about showing everybody else like, hey, we're gonna
We
take care
take
of our
care of
guys.
our. We gonna take care of our guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would agree. I do think Zach has a super talent that's worth the money.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
is it
For sure.
was it the probably the best situation for the Bulls? That remains to be seen because we only
Yeah,
15 games in and we don't know what can happen transpire between now and the next couple of years.
yeah,
But it's like if Zach get paid that 200 million and he's on the Dallas Mavericks playing a Luca, is well money spent. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because Luca is that guy. He gonna take you to the Western Conference
yeah.
Finals by himself, and you
That's
give him a Zach LaVine.
for
Now you
sure.
talking about a Finals appearance. But see, for the Bulls, it's like we don't have that Luka Doncic. As
Yeah,
good as DeMar is, DeMar is great. Don't get me wrong, but he's still not Luka. You know what
to me, it just
I
like
mean?
we just selling tickets. A good team that's the ceiling can be high. It can, but
Yeah,
it also can go wrong. And at a
yeah,
certain point in time, AK gonna have to make a decision whether which way he's going to go because you got these young guys and you also got these veteran guys and it just something just seemed off and
yeah,
at some point in time you got to make a decision like do we go in on this team now
yeah. Do you want to
so
win a championship now, or do you want to
yeah,
preserve it? Because if we can run it back 2 years, if we rewind 2 years back, and let's just say AK came in and said, you know what, I'm gonna start this all the way over and do it the way I want to do it from the ground up. This team probably could have had a Shed Holmgren already. Probably could be in contention
yeah.
for a win by Yana right now. You
And
know what
we
I
could have
mean?
we could have been looking like
Or
a
Pablo. We
team
could
a
have had a
team
Pablo this year.
a team on the rise. It could have been
Yeah,
our third year with Billy, young guys, Patrick Williams third year, young guys clicking, and then next year is that jump because we got Patrick Williams,
yeah.
traded
You
away
just
Zach
you could we could
Levine.
have skunked it out. Yeah,
We could
we
have
could have
got
just skunked
another,
it out.
yeah, could have got another top five pick, and now we got hope for the future. Just like
There
we
you go.
talked about with the Bears, we got hope. We know
Exactly.
what's coming with this Bulls team. It's like we could be good, but it's also like man, this shit can go real bad.
It can go real bad. Like Bears losing, they losing close games. As bad as we want them to win them, we still feel good coming out that loss. I heard a
Yeah,
guy on the radio said the other day, like the Bears are they're losing pretty, and the teams they playing is winning ugly. And
yeah,
as much as we love to win ugly because the dubs matter, but the fact that we know as from being a Bears fan, Justin Fields is coming, and he going
yeah.
it give us something to look forward to with this Bulls team. What are we looking forward to? Are you got 3 All-Stars on this team. This team should be top 5 every year. They should be kicking ass without Lonzo. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
got 3 All-Stars kick ass. Like, what is going on? You know what I mean? And to your point, Billy, I mean not Billy, but AK, yeah, you're right. I think I'm with you because if you're gonna go all the way in, then you might need to go get a KD and say, you know what, I'm gonna try to win a championship in the next 2 to 3 years. I'm gonna go find a way to get Kevin Durant. Get a guy that's gonna take you there. But if he gonna play the middle, like I don't want to trade my young assets. I want continuity, but I don't want to total bomb out either. Then that's where the boy's gonna sit right in the
In
middle,
the middle.
right in the
Yeah,
middle, because that's where his thinking is in the middle. So the Bulls
yeah.
gonna be in the middle, and what's the worst place to be in any sport? In the
In the
middle.
middle. Yeah,
You
because
either
it's
need to be
like,
at the bottom or you need to be at the top.
yeah, for sure. Like for that's for sure, man. Because what I was gonna say, it's like, oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought. Man, what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm so pissed, bro. I'm just pissed, man.
Was it
Oh, yeah, I know
pertaining
what I
to
was gonna
the
say.
yeah.
Uh, Io only took fast shots, man, tonight. It's just like, just fast shots. Like Io, beginning of the season, he looked like he was aggressive. Just now, he just I don't really see that same aggressiveness that I saw early on in the season. Just like he just been taking like 4 shots here one game,
Yeah.
4 shots the next game, just fast
Yeah.
shots for this
Mm-hmm.
game. So I think he needs to start making some plays because I think he's a guy who can really put 20 on your head,
He
and I
can.
think he got the skills to do it. So I'm tired of seeing you know ISO ball because it's not going to go nowhere. Teams are going
It's
to
not.
come in here and play a certain way. Let Demar beat us. We gonna guard everybody else. Just let Demar beat us, and that's how
Yeah.
these teams don't start to play all this Bulls team. So
Yeah. All day long. And the worst thing you need is, DeMar trying to pull out every win. And when he need to do some move to make some plays, when he need a Patrick Williams to make some plays, when he needs some of these other guys to make some plays, they don't have no confidence.
yeah,
So
and
now
they
when they
they they
finally get a shot,
cold.
they airballing because I ain't shot a
Yeah,
shot since the second quarter.
facts, facts. That's facts for real. Because, like you
you
said, let's just say the game was a close game. Patrick Williams only shot the ball 4 times. Let's say they double teamed Demar and Pat open. Now he ain't touched the ball, like you said, since the second quarter. Now he gotta take this three. So it's like with Demar, I don't want to shit on Demar, but with Demar in the game, it's like the ball's not really moving that much. And I
yeah,
want to see and Demar can play make. So I want to see Demar play make a lot. He had 7 assists today, but it just seemed like those were just him forcing him getting double team had to force out of the
yeah,
pass, not really him
yeah.
playmaking.
And
So
that comes back to coaching because Billy need to assign certain plays and certain sets get DeMar off the ball. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And I agree with something else Stacey King said because Patrick Williams had a rebound and tried to pass it to DeMar and turned it over.
yeah, yeah. He
You
just got to
know,
take that and go.
yeah,
Like,
and so but that comes with the coaching to me because it's like
yeah,
you need to have this dude confident in his game. When
yeah,
you see Scotty Barnes get those rebounds, he's not looking to pass
yeah.
it. He getting it and going because the coaches are telling him, "You are the man. This is your show." So you need to Billy need to put DeMar on the side some, put the ball in Patrick's hand at the top of the key a lot, and let Pat work show me where he's going to
Yeah,
become this guy y'all say he can be. But if you sticking them in corners, you can't get mad at them and bench them
Yeah,
when you not giving him the reins. You know what I mean?
because that's not his game. He's not a catch and shoot player. And
Yeah,
it's like too many times where we got to get the ball off the glass. You can see the fast break if they just push it. They just hold the ball where DeMar at, give it to
yeah.
DeMar. So like you said, I agree with everything you just said. It's time for Billy to
He
change
got to
it
step
all.
in. Yeah,
Half pad at least at the top of the key makes because he can make the plays. Give him a pick, maybe DeMar can cut something. It's ways you can beat teams other than relying on DeMar so much. With looking at Billy Pad, that's all he did since OKC. He ran KD, he ran with
yeah,
what Russ heavy,
yeah,
CP3 heavy, Paul
yeah.
George heavy. So that's
Shea
kind of
Gildress.
yeah, that's kind of Billy nature just riding the star player with. You can't really beat the good teams like that because they're gonna adjust to that.
Yeah, yeah, and unless like I said, if you got Luka Doncic, it's
Yeah,
different because we see Luka. Luka can do it. He might be tired by the time the playoff, that second, third round get there, but you see Luka because he's that type of talent. He's shooting it
yeah,
from
he's
range.
top
So
five.
you exactly. So the Billy has to know his players. As great as DeMar is, you got to be like, all right, but you
Yeah,
still, I have to make the team work for
yeah,
you, and not you work for the team. You know what I mean? So he have to run certain sets. We was watching like Utah. When I watched a couple Utah games, I'm like, dude, you don't know who finna shoot the ball when they get it.
yeah.
You know what I
Like
mean? They putting their bigs at the top of the key, Olynyk and marketing, and they letting them dudes make plays. Like marketing getting three,
yeah,
4, 5 assists a game.
facts.
Kelly Olynyk 3, 4, 5 assists. One
Cause
night it might be Clarkson getting 4, 5, 6 assists a game. Like because they offense is so unpredictable.
yeah,
You don't know
and
what's gonna happen.
he know his team. I still believe Billy don't know what kind of team that he got because you just see so many different things. Like if Luka Doncic was in this situation, then maybe it'd be different because that's a top five talent. But DeMar, like you said, DeMar is great, but he's not great enough to win you a whole playoff series just by playing.
Hero
The way
ball.
hero ball. That's just not going to happen. Like teams are going to shut that shit off.
They're gonna shut it off. When we talk about top 5 talent, those guys can run through teams.
Yeah,
Giannis, Luca, KD. Yeah, you can put the ball in those guys' hands for 40 minutes, and they're gonna make play after play after play. But then again, you hear like when the report KD came out in the interview where he said, "You putting me out here with these guys, you expecting me to win because I'm in the
yeah.
lineup. It don't work like that."
And
You know
even
what I
with
mean?
Giannis, like he can't shoot the ball, but what make up for it is on a defensive end, he gonna bring it. Like
Gonna bring it.
you not he gonna stop you on both ends of the ball, and that's
Yep.
what we fail. We don't have that top five guy on this roster, which it's
Yeah. So you have to make the team a team. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You got to make
You gotta play team
it's so much
basketball.
talent on this team, man. Top to
Yeah, it
bottom, from
is.
Javante to Derrick Jones to Caruso, Dragic. We ran and rave about all the games when these guys come out had good performances. So there's no way Billy see all this talent and can't learn how to make it
Yeah.
work.
And another
Make it
thing
run like a
is
machine.
whoever they play, they let them set the tone of how the game going to play. Like
Yeah.
you get out here and hit like 6 threes on them, it's like that's the tone. They already they punched them in the mouth. I mean, they got punched in the mouth. Now we know the Pelicans are going to go out here and just nail threes,
Just
or like
nail threes. Yeah.
so they just let team come in and set the tone. So it's so many issues on this Bulls team. Like
Yeah.
it's still a chance that it could be a solid season, but it's just like
Still early,
to
15
me,
games in.
this team has a ceiling. I
Yeah.
got. I know it sucks to say, but
Yeah. But it's reality though. We gonna keep it
yeah,
real.
yeah,
I know we both super fans, but we still be honest. We didn't come into this season expecting to win a championship.
yeah, no,
You know what I mean? So, and I think in a lot of ways, Utah Jazz thought they wasn't going to win as many games as they win and be as competitive they is. So that's the ebbs and flows of how it could be, depending on how the team mesh, coaching, and all the different things that goes into winning. You know what I mean? So I feel like this team, Billy got work to do. These players got work to do. AK got work to do
Yeah,
because
for
there's no way,
sure,
no
man.
way this team make it past the trade deadline and somebody don't get moved. And
Yeah,
sometimes that's what got to happen to wake guys up. Somebody
yeah,
get moved, you be like, oh shit,
yeah,
you know
for
what
sure,
I mean?
man.
Start waking
I
guys
agree
up, like
because the way this team going, like I said, it's a ceiling on this team. It's like I don't know, man. Like me watching the new Bears regime come in and do things this way. I kind of would like to see AK build this thing from a ground up. I wish we could have saw that, but I'm still happy that we got the team that we got now because we came from failures of Jim Boylan. So and I think he kind of doing both. He building the team the way he wanted it to be built, and he also got a good team. But at a point in time, he gonna have to make a decision of
yeah.
which way you
You
gonna want to lean to.
it's probably 1 in a million years your team you can able to do
Yeah,
it.
like
They Golden
look at the
State
Golden State
caused so many
Warriors.
breaks. They caused so
Yeah,
many
and
breaks.
and now they at a point where they just sent Weissman to the G League. Now you like we got Weissman, Kaminga, Moses Moody. Now we got to see, do we want to package them to make one last run, or do we want to
Want to
keep these
build
guys? They
around them. There you go.
and
They at that
we
exact
probably want
point.
to see. Yeah, so
They at that exact point. Steve Kerr did come out and say that like we can't afford. We're not a team that's good enough to afford the young player mistakes. So we got to send them
yeah,
down, let them get reps down there. And that's
because
that's
because how can you allow Patrick Williams to go out there and play and get mistakes and you trying to win games? That's impossible for him to
to be able
develop
to
and
do
make
that.
mistakes
Yeah,
when you're trying to win games. So
yeah. And they're
at a point
gonna
in time,
it's gonna have to happen.
like,
And to piggyback on that, this is a team that won 4 championships.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And they said we don't even we ain't got room for the mistake. And they just came off for winning the championships. So that tell you how their culture is, what them players, how they got their locker room built. Like we ain't make a mistake. They playing like they never won it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like we trying to win it just like you, and we won 4 in the last 6, 7 years.
for
So
sure.
that mentality has to be built in these players in that locker room. We all ain't done nothing. Y'all should want it 10 times more than the Golden State Warriors. Y'all
Hell
ain't
yeah.
done nothing.
So it's like I don't know. I'm curious to see what they do going forward. Like I said, that you gotta make a decision because we want. I know Patrick Williams got potential to be a good player. It's just like I feel like there's no room for error for him. Like let's just say Patrick Williams have like two bad shots. It seems like Billy Donovan would just take him out. And it's like,
Yeah,
all right, come on
yeah,
now. We gotta see what we got. Or
yeah,
like Dalen Terry. Like if I see Javante Green got it going, or Derrick Jones Jr. got it going, or Dragic, why not throw Dalen Terry in there just to see what you can get? You never know. You might can hit on something, and
yeah,
you got something.
yeah.
So it's just like, or Marco Simonovic, like that's shooting. Like he got
And
a,
some
a
size at the fourth
yes,
spot. You
he
can
got a
put
nice skill
some.
set for a big man. Like nobody else. Like I know he can't play defense, but your three best players can't play defense. So you're not losing out on defense anyway. Just
Anyway, yeah,
seeing what you got. Like there's
yeah,
no way in
yeah.
hell that Tony Bradley should still be sitting on the end of this bench and Marco down in the G League again. It's just like I don't know, man.
The same old story over again.
Just
They
like
kind of reverted back to what they was last year. Like in these last few games, granted it's
yeah,
15 games in, we five games per game mark. It's 20 games. We can start seeing this team can be. But when we look at Boston Celtics, they started off rough last year and they was able to turn it around. So, I know everybody would use that for an example, and it's still a lot of time. But
and just look at it. Let's say Lonzo come back, right? You got Lonzo, you got Caruso, you got the wing players to help out on the perimeter to at least stop guys from coming to the paint. So you could throw in Simonovic for some shooting. Like just look at Şengün from the Rockets. To me, him and Marco have similar skill set. They can play back to the basket. They can also hit the three. Why not
Mhm.
see what you got? You got the perimeter deep defenders around him to stop guys from constantly driving into the paint where he had to defend.
Yeah.
Similar to like what Cleveland got and Jared Allen. Not Cleveland, Minnesota. You got Ant-Man who can defend, and you got Carl Anthony Towns who
Towns.
can
Yeah.
he not a good defender, but he got the skill
Yeah.
set.
He got long
Um
enough arms. You put him in a
yeah,
good position in a good defensive system. He should be good because he's long
yeah,
and he's pretty athletic for his size
yeah.
for a big guy.
I
So,
don't, I
oh
don't know
man.
what's up with this year's team. Like I don't know. But sooner or later we're gonna get our answer because like I said, you gotta make a decision soon because you gotta let these guys just play mistakes free. That's the only way they're gonna learn
let,
how to
let me
play basketball
let,
the right way.
let me ask you this. What happened first? A major trade or a change of coach?
I mean, I don't see Billy Donovan getting fired. I'm if they go through the season and underachieve, they might come to agreement like, yeah, just, I don't think this team is for me or just the right situations for me. So
That
I
part
think we may
ways, but really
part
it's gonna be.
ways. Yeah,
But
really like
so
him
do you
getting
think? Do you
fired.
think that happened before they break this core? Do you think AKS say, "I want to try a different coach before I break the core up, before I decide to reset it"?
Um, he may just see if another coach can get something more out of this group. And let's just say this season they flame out. We make the play in, go to the play and get bounced in the play in. All right. So they might say Billy might say, yeah, I tried, 2 seasons with this team. I don't see any progress. I'm gonna go hang with my family. We gonna part ways. And
Yeah.
Billy may promote Mo Cheeks, go get him a coach and say, listen, this is what we got. Let's see what you can do. If not, we gonna tear it down. And if you want to stay here, we can stay here. If not,
What if Udoka's still out there?
I mean, I take a shot at him because the baggage that come with him is like it goes on in work everyday life. Like people at work do the shit that he done. They go
Yeah.
and cheat on their wife and shit. It's just that he's the head coach, so it's gonna be into the light. So he what he did was wrong. Cheating on his
Yeah.
beautiful wife. It's wrong, but
He alone, man. Ooh.
80% of people at work do that. So
Yeah.
it's like shit.
Walmart, Amazon,
Yeah, like
Walmart.
if anybody worked at Walmart, Amazon, Target, um, shit, any grocery store, you seen it. Like you seen it. Hey, let me tell you a story about a manager, two managers. I didn't even know nothing was going on with them. I don't Just at Walmart. I'm sitting down just
Yeah.
working. One manager walked past. It's a female manager. Then the dude was like, "Man, she thick as hell." I'm like, ain't y'all like co-workers? And then she turned back and smiled at him. I'm like, something going on. And they kept it, low key
Yeah.
until they found out, and one of them had to leave.
Wow.
So it's like shit like that goes on, and
All across the world.
yeah. So
All across. Yeah, I don't think it should. I think Udoka definitely deserve another shot. I think I think he'll be a good change of scenery for the Bulls. Because
yeah.
sometimes I think the players just need a guy to tell them what it is. Like,
And I think he was probably one of
and
my favorites before Billy Donovan got hired. I
yeah,
him
I
and it was somebody else.
yeah, not to come off like like I'm racially biased, but I think sometimes with certain black head coaches, you know what I mean, like they able to tell you, give you that talk, like, look, you know what I mean, like they ain't gonna sugarcoat it, like they gonna let
Yeah.
you know in a good
Yeah.
way where you can respect it, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So these guys, and I think that's what he did for Tatum and Jalen Brown. I think he let them know, like, hey, this one-on-one ain't gonna work. If we gonna be successful, Y'all got to let Smart make plays. You got to let White make plays. You got to let Horford make plays. You got to trust these
Yeah.
guys, and we seen how that worked for them.
And I think Billy
So
is type of coach that just be like, this what you did wrong. You guys gotta figure it out. I'm just the
yeah,
head coach. You guys gotta figure out what you guys doing wrong.
yeah,
I can tell you to do so much. It's up to you guys, to
yeah.
figure it out. Whether another coach would be like, DeMar, man, if you want to really get to what this team full potential, you gotta change up. You gotta trust Patrick Williams more. Like once he get that ball off the rim, you just take off running. Let Patrick Williams run and
Run.
whatever
Yeah.
he going to make mistakes. He's still a young guy. He's still trying to figure things out. Whether Billy is just like, you get that rebound, you give it to DeMar. DeMar set things up. And Patrick Williams, you stand to the corner or whatever
Yeah.
it is. Have Billy tell these guys. It
Yeah.
just seems like he's a player coach. He don't want to really hurt your feelings, so he's
There
gonna be
you
like,
go. There
you
you
gotta.
go.
His way of communicating is like, you just gotta figure it out. I can only tell you so much. You gotta figure out. Oh, he may say some slick stuff like, "Yeah, the guys came out. They ain't playing on energy.
Talking through the media. Yeah, he'll say
Yeah,
what he got to say through the media, but it seems like
yeah,
he won't. And I think that's like the total opposite of Tibbs. For Tibbs to cuss you the fuck
yeah.
out. Tibbs,
Like,
Tibbs
like,
being there like, look, you got one time, you're gonna be on this bench. Like I think just like 2-3 games ago, he just benched RJ Barrett like a
yeah,
full second half.
well,
That man out the game, the quarter, the rest of the game. He came out the next game, RJ Barrett had like 22.
yeah. Like man. So this Bulls thing can, before we wrap this, it could come down crashing way sooner than we expected, or Lonzo could come back and it could be a band-aid on what we really need from this team. Like
Yeah,
it's a lot
yeah,
of things that's wrong with this team, but we
yeah.
can talk all day about this
Yeah.
Bulls team.
I do think Lonzo would help, but I don't think he would solve the biggest
You know,
the biggest problem.
for sure.
Um,
The biggest problem is, can't nobody solve the biggest problem. That's hard. You got to be
yeah,
born with that shit.
yeah.
So that just something we don't have on this team.
Hopefully they find it because the way the East stacking it up,
Yeah.
everybody's searching for wins right now. It's a lot of teams that's missing players, that's losing games because they missing
And
players.
that's the only
And
good thing that we got right now is Miami struggling, Brooklyn struggling, Philly struggling. That's the only kind of thing that's good. The other
yeah,
teams are struggling while we struggling, because if those guys was
yeah.
out hitting the ground, running, it'll really be
Yeah,
a
but
problem
the
for the Bulls
sad note
team.
to that is a lot of a lot of reasons why them guys struggling because they missing players, like they missing
Yeah,
key guys back, and
for
y'all
sure.
ain't got y'all stuff together. You ain't gonna if you can't beat Philly without Harden, you damn sure ain't gonna beat them with him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you need to be
like,
stacking up your wins now while y'all healthy.
yeah,
Because let's say Zach and DeMar go down, then y'all screwed. Y'all
yeah, for
screwed.
sure, for sure.
We
Especially with
won.
Zach at with 50% Zach and DeMar go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
One injury and one big injury to this team gonna flunk out. It's
yeah.
gonna flame out. And Orlando gonna be sitting back pretty with that pick.
Yeah. Before we wrap things up, who I really think that would be nice on this team? I know on the defensive end, he's horrible, but I think he bring offense that we can really need off this bench. I think Kyle Kuzma will be perfect for this Bulls team.
Yeah, I love Kyle Kuzma crazy enough.
Yeah,
I've been watching them last few nights. I just think he
yeah,
grown into who he was supposed to be. And I
yes, yes,
still
man.
think he's a guy that want more. I saw him on NBA Today, I think yesterday, and he was saying that because Bradley Beal, he missed like the last 4 games. He was out of health and safety protocols, and they won all 4 games without him. And they was asking Kuz like, man, so like, what's going on? How you guys pulling out these wins without Bradley, without Beal? And he was like, I just told the coaching staff to run the offense through me more, like just run it through me. And I love that because it's like he understand that he's not at the level of Jason Tatum, but he wants to be on the level of Jason Tatum, and he's searching for that. And this is a
And
guy that can rebound,
he
he can
know
shoot
if
it.
you give him 30, he can definitely give you 30.
Yeah, he's not the best defender, but if you slide him in at your power forward spot and Zach and DeMar on the off night, oh yeah, he gonna give you 30. He
Yeah,
like, don't even worry about it, Zach DeMar. I'm gonna get it. He can get it on his own off the dribble, and he can catch and shoot, and he's
yeah,
a great rebounder. You know what I
for
mean?
sure, for sure.
So, uh,
So
yeah,
Bulls
we
next game Friday, the Magics. I'm really concerned about that game as well. I think Paulo may come out and give us a
He
30
may, he
piece.
may. But I will
Um,
say, I think Paulo may have a good game if he come back. I think they size will bother us. Right now, they playing Franz Wagner to shoot guard.
yeah.
They playing they big guys, and that's a team that
Bo
ain't scared to
Bo.
try nothing. Bo out there
Yeah.
giving you buckets, rebounding the ball well. I do think we win that game, and the reason I say that because the Bulls always beat the weak team. It's the best teams that we fuck out to. We lost to the
Look,
Cavs. We lost to the
I'm
Pelicans twice. You know
I'm
what I mean?
50-50
So
on this game. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm 50-50. Like that length scares me. You know, you got Wendell playing coming back to Chicago, so you know he gonna be on a
he gonna be
mission
ready.
trying to
Yeah.
get a dub. France Wagner is a baller. So I think this game could be 50-50. I would not be surprised if the Bulls win this
Lost that
game.
game.
And I would not be surprised if they, win this game. Not gonna be a blowout for
Yeah.
sure. It's not gonna be a blowout.
If I say this, if the Bulls lose to the Orlando Magic, oh yeah, expect for a team meeting. Some gonna have to happen. Because that'll be four straight and to the Orlando Magic. On top
And
of
then
everything else.
you got
So
Boston and Milwaukee.
the schedule
So
ain't getting no lighter for you. And they going on the
yeah,
road. So
for sure, man. So appreciate all you guys for tuning in to this post game. Hopefully the Bulls get their shit together so we can have more fun with these and not talking about all the negative shit. Cause last season it was so fun doing these, and we gotta get back to a Bulls for real, man. It shouldn't be the Bears looking more fun than the Bulls when the Bears are in the rebuilding season.
and,
That
and,
should
and
not
traded their
happen.
whole defense away.
Yeah, yeah. Like
They
I
traded
look
their whole.
forward. I look forward to Sundays now. Like
Me too,
when
man.
I get that notification the Bulls playing, I'm
Me
we
too.
playing today.
It's going to be another shootout
Yeah,
in Atlanta on the turf. So
yeah. Justin Fields going home. Get you some a home cooked meal, Justin Fields. Rest up. Get your legs ready. Get that arm ready.
yeah,
And let's go get a W, man.
yeah.
We
And
need a
and he'll,
victory behind a great performance.
yeah, and he'll up too, Khalil Herbert, man. You know, he out for
Yeah,
the
for
next
sure.
4 weeks, man. I'm excited about Khalil,
Yeah,
man. He got star potential. So
yeah, yeah. So Mike B, Big Go on the go Chicago Sports, and we catch you guys in the next post game. Peace out.